subscribers, and welcome to another episode of the vlogs. Today we're back at the club, we're back in Henley, as you can see, with Leander Club behind me and the boats on the trailer behind me over here and the boat tents over there. Like I said before, a lot of stuff has been going on in Henley to get ready for Henley Royal Regatta, only about a month away now at the end of June, and then most of the boat tents are all done in preparation for that. But like I said, we've got all the boats in the trailer behind me here, so it's time to go re-rig, de-rig, rig the boats and get on the water. So let's get to it.
Rich, why have you done that to the boat, you silly sausage? Oh my God.
And we have finished rigging after Rich's interesting rigging technique. Only kidding, I was just seeing if it would actually fit on backwards, and the rigger does. But as always, now we're finished, it's time to get on the water and get on the river rather than being on the lake. So let's get to it.
Made it back in after another session in the 8. It was okay, we're all quite tired. Telemetry's broken, so we've got no watts. But now it's time for us to get some food, because remember,
Food is fuel! And we have made it on the balcony out here with Fraser as well, waiting for food, because remember, food is fuel. And back to camp, back from camp, on the water, off the water. Very different rowing on the river versus on the lake, like I've discussed previously, and it's good to be back to the club, and I'm very excited to get my breaded egg toast for breakfast today. Fraser, you weren't at camp, what have you been up to?
So what I've been doing is basically had a holiday but sent like fake splits to the coaches so they thought I was still training. No, I've been back here. It's been quite lonely actually, to be honest. There's been like 2 of us here on recovery programs, and I've just been cracking out some miles on the ergo and on the water and trying to get fit again, back to old Fraser as of probably 9-10 months ago now. So but we're getting there, and it's nice to have everyone back. It's a bit more lively. Yeah.
And that's one of the things about, even I talked about being in an 8, having the atmosphere, but even just having people around and training with.
Yeah, for sure. Makes a big difference. It's like, even just like, it's just like a bit more motivation to like get on the ergo and everything like that. Yeah.
When you have someone to row next to or do weights with, to spot you or whatever, all a big thing. And behind us as well, there's been more progress made on the Henley Royal Regatta boat tents, etc. I thought they would be done by now, but if you can see over there, over in that corner there, that's like the changing rooms and the showers for the for the boat tents and everyone that has the boats in there. We are obviously lucky enough to be at Leander, and we do all our stuff here, and everyone with the boats in the boat tents do all their stuff in the boat tents, including storing their boats, having the showers, and the showers themselves. I want to have a tour around, like I've been mentioning, and show everyone, but the showers are absolutely freezing. But that's going to keep going, and then we're going to get some food, because remember, food is fuel. And we've made it back to the Leander crew room with some delicious breaded egg toast. Oh yeah, it's been a while, but the absolutely delicious and nutritious breakfast probably could be improved, but the breaded egg toast is here and we're back. Like I said, back at the club with Fraser and all the lads, including Ed as well. Oh yeah. And I've already spoke about in many different videos the differences between sort of the river and lake rowing, but it always gets you and you always have to adjust. But now it's time to fuel up, because you've guessed it for the millionth time in this video, food is fuel. And we've sufficiently fueled up with the bread and egg toast. Now it's time to get down into the gym and lift some tin. Let's get to some slow-mo lifting, oh yeah! Made it back to the crew room after some lovely weights lifting, and now we've got some spaghetti alla bolognese. Ed, how was your weightlifting?
Good.
Did you roll the weights?
Yeah, roll them around the room and then put them on a ball.
Nice. And as always, we will continue to fuel up and then see what we're up to for the rest of the day. But as always, and also even, sorry, got my laptop over there, so now I can do some portable editing. Oh yes, I'm going to maybe head to the coffee shop and do some editing today, so I'm not trapped in my house or my room and not being more social, which should make a little bit of a difference mentally, because it offers a little bit of variation. And remember, variation is one of the major keys to motivation. So I'm going to fuel up, because remember, food is fuel, and then see what we're up to for the rest of the day. And we have made it back to the house, out of the club, after some wonderful fueling up on this very sunny day. Really good to be back in the UK, back to training, and back to sort of normal, well, not that we weren't training, but back to normal kind of stuff. But like I said, variation is such a big part of how you motivate yourself. It doesn't matter how good you are at something, it doesn't matter how much you're enjoying it, it doesn't matter how many people are doing it, how many people are around you. If you're doing the same thing for a long period of time, it could be, the better it is, usually a longer period of time, but at some point that one thing can become monotonous. So even though we were on camp for 2 weeks, or just shy of 2 weeks, we were only focusing on rowing, and it's always good to just have that little bit of a change. So always being at the house, always being at the club can, even though it's absolutely amazing, it can become, okay, what to do now, what to do next, what to do differently, to make sure that not only does your body become, not to make sure that your body doesn't become sort of used to what you're doing, but also the mind. The mind always needs to be refreshed and just to keep it on its toes, to make sure that you're always sort of switched on and ready to go. Whether that is on the water, whether that's going for a job interview, whether that's doing whatever you guys do as part of the Yam Squad, it can all just be just a little bit of a change that can make a big, big difference in what you're doing. So that was a bit of a ramble, which I didn't really expect, about that variation, because I really think that changing things up, and it doesn't have to be a big thing, I really think changing things up can just make a big, big difference to what you're doing. So I'll ramble a little bit more, why not, on this sunny day outside. After high school in Scotland, I moved over to America for a year of high school and then university, and it was those years where I felt like I was making just a huge difference, where I thought, okay, here is where I'm changing or doing something. Not, I would say, when I say a huge difference, I mean a huge difference to what I'm doing, and then it sort of opens you up mentally to really go for whatever you're trying to do. And that was basically, I think, due to the change of place. So I could have went anywhere. It could have been an hour down the road from me in Scotland to a different university. It was the same idea, just having that change of scenery, a different place, the change of the faces you see every day, different faces, that can have a big impact. and obviously me moving to America, it was just a whole different, there was nothing that I knew, so I had to really sort of learn everything again, or maybe not English. It was more of just, obviously moving with America, it was a big change, a really big change, so it meant that I had to really be switched on. But that will be it for today's video, Yam Squad. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Back at the club, back to rowing on the river, learning to just train right on the river rather than have the sort of stable lake that we've been rowing on at Banyoles. And we have Met Regatta coming up this weekend, which will be awesome. I think on the entries there was 608s that will be racing in the event that we're racing in one of the 8 categories. So that's going to be interesting, and that will be on Sunday. So I'll probably make a little bit of some tips for racing for what I do, and then we'll see what else comes our way this week. But we are really winding it in towards Henley Royal Regatta, and I've got quite a few things planned for after that, if everything goes well, fingers crossed. But that's for future Cam and future Yam Squad to think about. Right now it's all about making sure I'm rowing as well as I can, and making sure that I'm just focused on that. But as always, Yam Squad, remember to subscribe if you haven't already, hit that like button, and have a good one.